Wahoo! Fellow armchair Imagineers, Jacob Weil here, bringing you a brand new game of Nintendo Debates, Speed Round Edition. In honor of the release of the Super Mario Galaxy movie, we're bringing you a fight all about the happy-go-lucky world of Nintendo. And we're doing things a bit differently tonight. Not only are we doing a speedrun debate, but as you may have seen, we're not just having a one-on-one. We're having a three-way bout. That's right. Now jump up, grab your master swords, and board your ship as we head on down to the arena. First off, a man who is more fun than a barrel of monkeys that isn't afraid to bring it on like Donkey Kong. It's Tiki.
That's it. That's my intro.
All right.
The sound Tiki makes when someone sprays water on him.
Next up, stepping into the ring once again after fatherhood, and back into the fast lane, not afraid to punch like a falcon, it's Lazerdude!
What items on? I want to bring on the chaos.
Alright. And last but not least, his PKF powers are no joke, despite what his name may tell you. Fresh from Onnet, it is Jokers!
Hello. Great to
And-
be back.
And joining me tonight on the panel is Blue Dragon 5 and John Kelling.
Hi, I'm playing the part of the CPU in this.
Howdy.
Thanks. So, how is everybody doing this fine evening?
I'm actually
Good.
genuinely
Why
really
not?
excited about this.
It should definitely be fun.
Yeah.
I regret not saying get your game on, but yeah, pretty much.
These guys got no Game Boy.
I love the Power Glove. It's so bad.
Catchphrase here.
And it really was. It actually was bad, and not in the way that
right.
and not in the way that the 90s meant bad to mean good, but actually bad.
Oh god. One of the most
Bad meaning good? No.
Bad meaning bad.
That's good. That's bad.
I'm just imagining Michael Jackson, or I guess Jafar Jackson, wearing the Power Glove in an advertisement.
Oh my god. I'm genuinely
I'm
surprised that didn't happen.
I'm imagining the new Michael movie, which I heard is not good, but bad, and not the Michael
No, I
Jackson
heard the
bad.
movie is bad.
So it's bad, but not Michael Jackson bad.
No.
Oh,
So-
man.
So tonight we are doing things a bit differently. There will be no main rounds, but instead we'll be playing the entire thing by our speed round rules, in which the first person to speak will go first, second person go second, and the third, you get the idea. And as opposed to our usual time limit of 30 seconds then 15 seconds rebuttal, today we're going to be doing 45-second intro, then a 30-second rebuttal. So you have so while it is still a speed round, you have a slightly more time to make your arguments.
Nice.
So
Okay.
you still have to make sure to get your arguments in on time. And considering some of the more intensive nature of these questions, you might need them.
Are we still playing to 5?
Yes.
Okay.
So
What about like punishments, coins, etc.?
I'm getting to that.
Okay, sorry.
Come on, T.
Let him host, dude. Let him host.
The
Let him cook.
coin will be featured in one of the rounds, and it is known as the Iwata coin.
Ooh, nice.
And it'll be given to the winner of that round, and they will be able to defer. But if the person is deferred to, and you can actually choose who to defer it to.
Ooh, okay. I like that. That's a good twist.
Yep.
Oh, you can choose your character.
Yep. And then that person can choose to spin it, or that person can defer to the remaining person.
Ooh, okay. Cool. And then if the remaining person gets picked, they have to flip it, right?
Yep.
Okay, nice. I'm liking it.
That's exactly how that goes. So, and Dragon
Is the
here,
going to be in one of the first 5 questions?
It'll be hidden in one of the total rounds. So, I know where.
Well, I'm just asking because I want to make sure we actually get it in, like in case there's like a fucking like just one person just runs away with 5 points.
They won't forget, Tiki. They got this.
All right.
Tiki, I'm pretty sure Jacob.
It's like it's like a white elephant gift exchange with more arguing.
And Dragon will be keeping an eye out for any potential bad words.
Oh God.
Like fuck.
Not those kinds of bad words.
Oh, you didn't say fudge.
But Dragon, why don't you explain how it goes then?
Starting now, there is a penalty phrase in effect, and if one of you contestants happens to spring the trap, it ain't gonna end well for you. Let's just say it's gonna be a little mystery box in which nothing good comes out of it.
And,
Poison mushroom.
and to keep things fresh, I will be dropping the wheel today and deferring punishments to myself and the judges, to the other 2 judges.
Okay.
You're at the mercy of John Kelly, which is not the place to be.
No, my immediate
John
choice is
Kelling's
always
a
for.
sadist, man.
Listen, when it comes to punishment, I always go for death. So
One of the players is just eliminated, and it's a 2-person debate.
Okay.
hey, it could be them. It could be one of the judges. I'm impartial.
I will remain the power to veto any punishment that I deem to be too harsh, though.
Especially if John Kelly decides to go after your families. Jacob will step in.
I know where your family lives.
I do have everyone's address now.
So no need to impale your head on a pike, folks. You'll be fine.
I'll settle for a skewer.
So I think that covers everything. Once the timer hits, Dragon will sound off R2D2, and that'll signal the time for you to stop. Well, we will be hearing him a lot more frequently, considering this is an entire speedrun debate. But hey, why bother with why bother stopping tradition, right?
Can I have everyone do me a favor just to make this run a little bit smoother? As people are talking, like as people are giving their points, can everyone else mute their mics?
Sure.
I can do
that.
that.
I just think that'd make the audio like run a little bit smoother as we're doing
Yeah.
this.
Okay, you're totally right.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Let me get everything. Let me just. Okay. So.
Lazerdude, you don't have to right now because you have to like name.
Well,
an answer.
I wasn't saying anything, so I just.
No, I'm just saying like when we're actually doing the arguments.
Got
like,
it. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Jacob, I think I missed this. You did mention what the time limit is for the speed round, right?
Yes.
45-30.
Good. I just want to make sure. Okay, so we got it in there. Did you tell them about the audience speed round questions?
Actually, I did not mention that, but
Let's mention that.
all right, good idea. Those watching at home, you can submit your own, but be sure to stick around and judge them. You will get because
They should be Nintendo, right? Like in theory.
Ideally, they would be Nintendo related.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Be sure to keep it on brand and be sure to stay to judge.
All right.
Yes.
Their fate could be in your hands, players.
My life is in your hands.
Yeah, do with that what you will.
We already have
put
will
jokers
not
on a little
elaborate
shelf,
further
maybe
until the end of
not,
this
maybe
show.
drop them.
And we already have some comments. Ellie B saying hi.
Yo.
Kogia saying I've been in a Nintendo mood since seeing the Mario Galaxy movie. Good. Ellie B said bad, not bad, good.
Yeah. Right?
And Claude just joined us saying hi, everyone.
Good to see
Claude!
you, Claude.
Everybody.
Claude covers it all. Ah.
So if you guys, so since you all are feeling into be a Nintendo mood, if you have a question in mind, don't feel shy. We just might select it to be chosen.
Your favorite Nintendo question.
Yes, the burning question that you need.
Yeah.
That you need answered by these three guys.
You guys have not. I'm literally like just chomping at the bits to get into this. Can we get the first question? I'm so excited.
All right, Dragon. What do you think we should go to open this up?
Well, I think we got to go with the traditional questions to make sure we get it in there. I mean, we got to do that one.
All right, the one we do almost every game.
Yes.
Okay, so queuing up. Here we go.
Oh God.
I have to take one out to do that. So here we go. Which Mario character would make the best Muppet?
Oh fuck. I thought it'd be what Muppet would make the best Smash Brothers fighter.
Luigi.
Oh, okay.
That's Lazerdude's answer.
I'm gonna go with Kamek.
All right.
I'm going to say Birdo.
All right. 45 seconds when you're ready.
When I thought about this question, I was thinking about who could be the one that fits in. And I think Luigi's sort of nervous energy would do great on the Muppet Show. It would drive Kermit crazy that he's nervous, but he's also so talented, so good at everything, but doesn't see it in himself. I think there would be a lot of fun with like, oh, you can't be wearing green, I'm wearing green. And, that sort of dynamic. I think Luigi working off of these other characters would just be so much, he would have so much fun too. Like he would really enjoy it, where I think a lot of the other characters would be annoyed by it, or they would annoy him. And it would be so much comedic possibilities, especially because I think the design of him as a Muppet would also look very fun and engaging, and very that kind but silly nature that just fits the Muppets so well.
All right.
Is it me next?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I didn't even hear Lazerdude's answer. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so Kamek. One thing I like about Kamek is that besides being my Mario Kart 8 Deluxe main, he is, I think, as far as character design goes, he's the closest to like a classic Muppet, man. He's kind of like a creature. He's kind of a turtle, but you don't really know what he is. And just characterization wise, I like that he's like another henchman in kind of the Uncle Deadly mode, but he's not quite as suave as Uncle Deadly, and I feel like we could play off that in a really fun kind of way. And Kevin Michael Richardson is just a fucking veteran voice actor, and I think he could really fit into the Muppets ensemble really well. So, yeah.
All right, Jokers. 45 seconds.
Okay, I think Birdo has the most Muppety design of a Mario character, I guess. She has that snout mouth, like that weird gun barrel mouth that some of the Muppets have. I like that she doesn't really talk, so it's just kind of a blank slate. You can do anything with her. And I think that she would play really well into, like that weird, like vaudeville, almost mime type of Muppet humor that shows up in a lot of Muppet projects. I also think that she's a character they wouldn't really have to adapt much to fit in the Muppet style. She kind of already is. God, I'm so used to 30 seconds. I just think that there's a lot you can do with her that would work with Muppet comedy, and I think it would be a really unique character to adapt to the Muppets.
All right, time for 30-second rebuttals. Lazerdude.
Yeah, I'm going to just quickly get the reason why Birdo shouldn't be on it. Birdo's already on there, basically. There's the two girls that do the... They're exactly the same design, same mouth, same color, basically everything except for a couple of horns. And so Birdo's not going to add anything that those characters don't already add. As for Kamek, I just don't really get where he would be at. Why would he even want to be in the Muppet Show at all? Him wanting to be an evil henchman. Where Luigi, I think he's the type of guy that he would just be thrown into a situation and be like, okay, here's where they go with it.
So with Luigi, I just kind of feel like he's too normal. Like, he's just kind of a guy. And I don't think his personality is, like, over the top enough to be, like, a Swedish chef style character who's basically, from what I can remember, pretty much the only, like, straight up humanoid Muppet. And Birdo, yeah, I totally agree. Birdo is definitely, like, I think he'd be redundant. I think she'd be redundant. I think and with the not having dialogue, it'd be a big limitation. I just don't really, I can't see it.
Luigi, I agree with Tiki. He's just too humanoid. I don't really think his characterization is really, his character is really anything unique outside of, I don't know. I just don't see him working well with the Muppets. Oh my God, what was Kamek? Again, it's like Uncle Deadly 2. I don't see a lot working with the character. Where Birdo, I think, while she looks like the Snow, is still very different in characterization. There's a lot you can do with her. I just really want to see more silent comedy with the Muppets because that's the foundation of puppets.
Well, for one, I am glad we actually went with the 45 and 30 route there. It actually kind of worked out pretty well. But I will call this first one, and I honestly think that I'm gonna go with Tiki's pick of Kamek. I think he brought the best points for and against the other characters, for his and against the others. Tiki, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I appreciate it.
Oh, you're good. I just wanted to make sure. But
okay, and just to be clear, I like LEB's point out, Walter's another human, but I'm talking like Swedish Chef literally has like the fucking human hands, and that's kind of what I'm picturing they'd have to do with Luigi.
The only other one is the Jim Henson Muppet.
And the thing is, like, Kamek kind of does remind me of Uncle Deadly, but also a little bit of a Fraggle.
He does have a Fraggle look to him. Now, I think Kogias had an answer I would have gone with me. I was thinking Yoshi. Yoshi was my go-to.
I was thinking Yoshi too at first. I just kind of thought it would be a little bit too obvious, and I was kind of hung up on the no dialogue thing.
It was Yoshi and Bowser would be my second choice.
Uh-huh.
Especially after, a certain scene in the movie. But
I think if you're going to go for a human character in that role, I'd probably go with more like a Waluigi or something. Just more
or Wario.
I mean, I don't think human characters work as Muppets, period. Other than like Jim, Jerry, and Frank, like they're.
What about the newscasters?
They're
Stellar and Waldorf.
That's kind of why I picked.
This is a Muppet News
the art style of these Nintendo characters are so.
They're human Muppets and only in
not fucking human. That's going too far.
I'm sorry.
Those are human Muppets only in the fact that they have human skin. But I would argue any Muppet that isn't actively some kind of animal and is more or less humanoid is technically a human Muppet.
He's got a point, Wayne and Wanda.
Birdo can wear a man's skin.
The whole band of Dr. Teeth.
Dr.
Teeth pretty much, yeah.
Beaker and
where's the jury on Floyd? Floyd has like really inhuman looking eyes.
Well, those.
Yeah, I think that's just life experience. I don't think that's a different species situation.
From the
They
Sandman.
did used
He
to be
looks
sunglasses, and then they changed.
Anyway.
Like, look, Ralph is a dog. Rizzo's a rat. But like,
Gonzo's a whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, that's what he's called. He's called a whatever.
Yeah. But then you got like Dr. Teeth and Electric Mayhem. Animals probably like the either or. Can't really tell. His name is Animal, but I don't know if that's just a name or a nickname. Yeah. He's the guy.
All right, guys, let's keep this rolling, man.
All right.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you.
No, I agree. We're kind of.
Tiki won the point and
Tiki's made
lost
it
the
very
war.
Tiki. John Kelly, you've bored Tiki. We have to move on now.
No, we're doing like.
No, I just don't want us to get like we got a long way to go. So
Okay,
Tiki, we have 4. You got to win 4 more, and we're done.
Like Tiki's gonna get 4 more in a row. Have we met? Come
Ball's
on.
in your court now, pal.
This could potentially go up to 13 rounds. So
yeah, that's what I'm
on,
saying. So
Like Tiki's, no, we all know Tiki's not that smart. He's not gonna get.
Whoa,
4 in a row.
whoa.
all right.
Wow,
Let's please don't
very
make me
biased,
big.
and
Don't
I'm
make me
here
big.
for
Let's
it.
just move on, please.
Tiki is a beautiful.
all right, next question. All right, I'll go with the next question. Which Pokemon would Mario choose?
Oh,
Weeping Bell.
are we talking starters or any Pokemon?
It can, I guess, it can be any Pokemon.
Yeah, any Pokemon.
Okay.
Yeah, Weeping Bell.
I'm gonna go with Bulbasaur.
Okay.
2 plants.
Okay. I'm Squirtle.
All right, then 2 Gen 1 starters.
I couldn't not choose a starter. I'm sorry. It felt wrong to not choose a starter.
Well,
I was
he's
going to
the
do something
star.
else, but
and there are 1,000 Pokemon to choose from, so there is that.
Is a starter
Right.
not just the first Pokemon you get?
It is.
Yeah.
It can be anyone.
Hey, Pikachu.
No, a
technically
starter
wasn't-
is the first Pokemon you like pick.
No, I
Yeah.
know, but
Wow.
Mario didn't have that opportunity.
All right,
He's
all
from a
right,
different
we're not
league.
None of you picked a mushroom Pokemon. That's telling.
Oh, let's not get bogged down in semantics right now.
Mario canonically hates mushroom.
Not yet.
It's a common.
Yeah, but they help him.
All right. So Jokers,
Yeah.
Weeping Bell with Weeping Bell when you're
Uh-huh.
ready.
I'm not much of a Pokemaster, as they say, but I think Mario would pick a Pokemon that reminds him of home, and I think Weeping Bell is a pretty familiar character, as they look somewhat similar to the Piranha Plant from Super Mario Bros. Fame. Thus, I think that Mario himself would wield a Weeping Bell when in battle with a trainer such as Gary or Red, perhaps. I don't know who he's fighting. And I think that would be his go-to because it's something he knows, it's something he's familiar with, it's something that he can be friendly with and relate to. They can talk about water and plumbing and all sorts of things. And I think that he would make a great friend and partner for Mario. Thank you.
All right, Tiki with Bulbasaur.
So Mario is like the most basic Nintendo character there is. Bulbasaur is literally the number 1 Pokemon in the Pokedex. I just think it makes sense. Mario is very familiar with dinosaurs. Bulbasaur is very much a dinosaur Pokemon. I also feel like Bulbasaur's power set would accompany Mario really well. Like what Mario can't do, Bulbasaur can kind of pick up the slack on, like the Vine Whips and the Poison Powder and stuff like that. I feel like Bulbasaur would accompany Mario's power set very well. And, assuming he doesn't, like, crunch the fucking leaf on his back, I think Mario could ride Bulbasaur as well, much like Yoshi. So, yeah, Bulbasaur all the way.
All right, Lazerdude.
You know, when I first thought of this, I was almost thinking, a Charmander, because Mario has fire powers and Charmander's very dragon-like. But the more I thought about it, it's like, no, he won't understand what Pokemon is. So he's going to go with the thing that he can recognize the most. And Squirtle is basically a Koopa Troopa. He's going to jump on a Squirtle and throw it at the other guy. That's how he's going to understand how Pokemon battles work. He's not going to understand, what do you mean I just sit around and do nothing? No, he's going to jump on it and pick it up and throw it at the bad guy because that's what he's used to. And Squirtle is the most one-to-one of a Koopa Troopa that there is in the entire Pokedex. I mean, it's perfect for him, and like he won't understand and he won't be doing well, but that's definitely what he would pick.
All right, Jokers, 30 seconds.
I think Mario would be afraid of Bulbasaur. He may look familiar at a glance, but I think once he gets closer and sees a scary small dinosaur that spits poison and doesn't shoot eggs, I would be terrified were I in his shoes. And if he tries to ride Bulbasaur, he'll get poisoned. Or worst case scenario, he will crush his weird flower bud, which presumably holds his brain. Squirtle, on the other hand, is an enemy. I don't think he would be friends with Squirtle because they are natural enemies. Thank you.
Tiki.
Thing but adorable, my guy. I mean, Bulbasaur's like, he's got the big Disney eyes, he's got the gruff little voice, like, bah, bah. I don't know. Mario's scared of Bulbasaur. I just think that's a fucking weak argument, bro. And my argument against you, Jokers, is that you just did not pick a starter. You picked a random ass fucking Pokemon. And with Squirtle, Lazerdude, what you're pitching, like Mario literally like tossing Squirtle at other Pokemon, that's totally against Pokemon League rules.
Lazerdude.
You're assuming he knows league rules. Let's also, Joker, you defeated your own argument. You said my guy looks like an enemy. You said your guy looks like a piranha plant. So you defeated your own argument there. And Tiki, with your guy, like just because he's cute, it's not like even he's even that big enough to ride yet. Bulbasaur is still pretty tiny. I don't even think that he would have that much of a connection. Where at least with Squirtle, there's something recognizable, something that he would go after. He wouldn't do it right, he wouldn't do it well, but he doesn't even know anything about Pokemon.
All right, I'll defer judging this time to John Kelling.
Well, I wrote down the notes. I reviewed the evidence and arguments given before us, and I'm gonna have to side on Squirtle.
All right, so you're going with Lazerdude.
Yep.
All right, so
I think Joker's, as Tiki said, defeated his own argument with his rebuttal. And who said that?
Lazerdude said
Lazerdude
that.
said
Lazerdude. Well, then, damn, even more in your favor, isn't it? Yeah, and Bulbasaur, I wasn't moved on that one, but the Koopa thing, yeah, Mario probably wouldn't know how to battle, so he probably would kick Squirtle at enemies. And Squirtle would love it.
And there are things, and there are like, and Bite is a legitimate move in Pokemon, so there is that.
Yeah. Also, I think there's a move where Squirtle can just like fire himself like a rocket in his shell.
Yep. So it is a legitimate strategy. It's kind of unorthodox, but Lazerdude gets the point there.
Yahoo!
All right. So, Dragon, where are you leaning next? Something a little bit more eerie, or what?
Let's see. You know what? Well, wait, we don't have any audience questions yet, right?
Not that I can tell, no.
Okay, remember, folks, you can submit questions. All right, let me, let's go with the...
LEB did suggest Froakie, and that would have been a pretty good pick, to be honest. Especially since he grows up to be, since he evolves to be Greninja.
All right. Yeah, let's make things spooky.
All right. Which Ghostbuster should Luigi be paired with in Luigi's Mansion?
God, I am so not a Ghostbusters fan, dude. This is not my question.
You've seen at least one movie. You can retain at least who is who.
Venkman.
Flint. You know what? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Podcast from Ghostbusters Afterlife. Everyone's favorite fucking Ghostbuster.
Well, thank you, Paradron.
For a movie that I haven't even fucking seen.
Okay. Who hasn't chosen
You guys
yet?
heard my response, right?
I said Venkman.
Yeah, so Lazerdude said Venkman, right?
No, I said Venkman first.
Oh, you said
you?
Venkman.
Yeah.
So Joker said
Well,
Venkman.
I didn't hear him say it, so just give me a minute.
It's okay.
Yeah, I heard Joker say Venkman first.
All right, fine. Joker said
Okay.
Venkman. Then Tiki made a big hissy fit and selected podcast.
That was
And
then Tiki picked with his heart.
I'll take Spangler. I'll take Egon.
All
There
right.
we go.
All right. Jokers.
Can do. I think Peter Venkman would be the best partner for Luigi in a Luigi's Mansion cross Ghostbusters setting, because Luigi needs a cool guy. He needs someone who's got a good head on his shoulders. Venkman will be up in that hotel or that mansion or wherever the hell they are, quipping and quapping the whole time. Luigi won't even know what to do with himself. He won't be scared. It'll be great. They'll finish this adventure in 30 minutes. And they don't need Spangler. They don't need Spangler because fucking Egad's already there. They got the perfect team with Luigi and Venkman doing as they do, killing ghosts, smoking cigarettes. I'm sure there's a woman that Venkman will try to seduce. It's the game I'd like to play. Thank you very much. Joker's Wild for your consideration.
All right, Tiki with podcast.
I'd like to remind you all that the Mario franchise, including Luigi's Mansion, even though it is spooky, is a very kids-forward franchise. And with that in mind, no one wants to see Luigi go up with a fucking cranky middle-aged Bill Murray who's just going to be making sarcastic comments the whole time. Evan, you hit it right on the head with Egon. We already have Egad. The names are even similar. We don't need him. But podcast, my guy, podcast. Him and Luigi will get along famously. They're both nerds. They're both kind of neurotic. And I just think podcast would bring in that sweet, sweet youth demographic. I just think it makes the most sense.
There's been quite a few Luigi's Mansions game now, and the one thing that is consistent is Luigi is terrified in all of them. He's always shaking, he's always scared. He goes through it because he's brave, but he needs a reassuring person, someone who has a plan. He's just going in there shooting his vacuum at anything. But Spangler, he's going to study this mansion. He's going to find out what's going on with this mansion. He's going to use all of his, studies of the occult and science in order to get the best job done with him, and that will put Luigi at ease. He doesn't have to be terrified. He doesn't have to be scared out of his mind. He needs that calm, reassuring presence that, okay, we're going in as a team, and that's what they would be as a team. Because if he goes with Venkman, he's, the sidekick.
If you want someone with knowledge of occult and science, you get Ray. Egon's really just Egad, as we've said a couple times. I don't really think he's going to keep him calm, where Venkman will, through humor, through false charisma, whatever. In terms of podcast, I just think of the headlines: Luigi found an abandoned hotel with child. And I don't like that. I don't want to see that. I don't want to play that. I would rather him be with a consenting adult in an abandoned hotel room fighting ghosts. Thank you.
I'm going to cite the Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle games because that has just a generic Earth protagonist who gets Earth Child protagonist who gets transferred in. So the precedent for the Mario Brothers to be interacting with children is there. The Mario sports games on Game Boy, that's also a thing. I also just think that, again, the back and what I'm pitching is the fact that podcast and Luigi would make the best product, not the best team, but would make the best entertainment.
See, the biggest problem with both of these scenarios is that Luigi isn't an equal with anyone. When with podcast, he's having to take a kid everywhere with him, and so he's the adult looking after somebody else. With Venkman's not going to look at him as an equal and is going to do whatever the heck he wants. With Egon, you have the right mix of a partner, somebody who's going to listen to what your expertise is and is also going to add his own. They're going to be working together to get rid of this ghost, other than at each other's necks with Venkman and having to lead him along with podcast.
All right, Dragon. I'll let you choose this one.
All right, let me think. Well, I know who definitely didn't win this one. It's just about the other two. Okay, you know what? I think it's by a narrow margin. I'm gonna give it to. I'll give it to Lazerdude.
All right. Tiki. That's Tiki with 1, Lazerdude with 2, and Jokers with nothing.
Somebody call the police because I've been robbed.
It wouldn't be the first time the police have come to one of these things.
Yeah, you're right.
Yep, that is true.
Call the police.
Call the police.
Hey, what happens in Smash Brothers stays in Smash Brothers.
Wario just found the girl like that.
Oh God.
We do have an audience question.
Yes, we
Listen,
Yep, and I've already
listen.
I've already
The
started.
mansion was haunted. The girl was dead when we found her.
Oh God.
She's a ghost. It's natural, right?
All right. I have started the question, and we do have LEB.
Yeah.
Question. Our first audience, and LEB, I hope you're still in the audience to judge it because
He literally made a comment 1 minute ago, so I think we're good.
All right. You
what
can-
Nintendo IP would work best as a story-based TV show?
Animal Crossing.
This feels like a cop-out, but I'm going to say Mother.
Oh, Star Fox.
All very good picks. Now, LEB, I hope you're listening. So, Tiki with Animal Crossing.
So this might seem unconventional at first, just because with Animal Crossing, it's a very slice of life game. But there's a lot of lore behind Animal Crossing, and there's a shit ton of characters. You can do so many different arcs and character dynamics and relationships. You can have a whole subplot with Tom Nook being kind of the villain, but also kind of like just like a nice mob boss type of guy. You can, like Isabel could be like one of the big characters there. You could do stuff like having the islands from New Horizon. You could do stuff like having the town from City Folk. Expand everything out that way. There's so much potential for Animal Crossing. It's like a slice of life show with. Okay.
All right, with Mother.
Yeah, Mother or Earthbound, if you'd prefer. This is really incredible series of RPG games from the 90s up to 2006. And the story is like incredibly sprawling, like it sprawls centuries. It's really thought-provoking. It has these crazy, unique, very interesting, recognizable characters, and I'd love to see that explored as a TV show. I think that's the best way to explore those themes and the characters as a TV show. Yeah, you can do a lot with it. There's humor to it. There's really great heart. There's incredible music. I think if anything was to be like a prestige TV show of a Nintendo game, it would be that. And I would be there every night to watch it.
All right, Lazerdude with Star Fox.
I think that this would make an amazing animated show that would really draw in people of all ages, because you have an overarching story established. Here's Star Fox. He has his history with his dad, and he has a big bad that you have to go fight, and so you can go and build off of that. But you also already have established side characters. Where you also have the hierarchy with where who's the lead and who's the side character, who's the annoying side character, Slippy, and who's like, everyone has their place already. And there's also extended lore that you could bring in further seasons developing the character. I think making it into a TV show makes sense, where you can get to know all these characters and build off of them and build the story to its amazing conclusion.
Tiki, 30 seconds.
So I think with Star Fox, because he's kind of the breakout hit of the Mario Galaxy movie, you need to have a Star Fox movie. I really do. I really strongly think that, especially because Star Fox is a franchise that could use like a reboot of sorts. Like, I think it deserves more than a TV show. With Earthbound, I think you kind of have the opposite problem where it's so dense, it's so packed that it'd be hard to condense it to it. Like, you need a fucking One Piece length TV show to even start.
Jokers.
Okay, I mean, to make it a One Piece TV show, I'd love if they're gonna make a Nintendo game into a prestige TV show, Earthbound's the one to do it. That's the one that's gonna get people coming back week after week to experience, to uncover the secrets of this world, like everything. Animal Crossing's pretty one note. It's a good slice of life, but I don't see it really being anything huge. It's like a one-season cult TV show. Same with Star Fox. Like, I love the characters, but they don't really go anywhere. They're pretty shallow. Like, you can do stuff with them, but I'd rather it be a movie than a TV show.
See, the biggest problem with Mother is, like, I don't feel like you're going to get the same experience of a game, you know? Like, the game, it gets you into the mind of the thing, and, like, a TV show would just be a pale imitation of that. Where Animal Crossing, it's just like, okay, this could be fun, I guess, but it's not really anything exciting. It's not really anything to write home about. Where Star Fox is something that is exciting, has established lore and established places to go, but also room to dive deeper than the source material.
All right, LEB. Choose your winner. Those are some very interesting picks, not gonna lie.
What would yours be?
Well, we got a verdict.
LEB chooses Tiki with Animal Crossing.
Fun fact, there was an Animal Crossing anime, like 2010.
Wasn't it just the movie though? I know there was like
I thought it was
very,
like a
very
one
short
season,
movie.
like 6 episode or something.
Oh really? Huh.
I don't know. You might be right. I'm not sure.
I think it might have just been a very short movie.
And Star Fox is kind of helped considering it wasn't actually the way they moved, especially in the originals, was inspired by like British puppet shows like Thunderbirds.
Mm.
So having the TV show for that, there is some precedence to that.
I just want my prestige Earthbound show.
Don't get me wrong. Earthbound would make it Earthbound or any of the Mother games would be interesting for that.
LEB doesn't think so.
I know, yeah.
So
yeah, she said it.
Okay, now Dragon, we did get a submission from Little Blue. Do you want to save that one for later? Or
Let's do our fun fact related one, and then we'll do Little Blue's question.
All right. So this one might be a bit subjective, but what is the most surprising Nintendo fact?
Oh, what?
What is the most surprising bit of trivia about Nintendo? I mean, we can skip. We can't skip this one.
I could say the meme answer, the whole like, oh, Super Mario Brothers 2 is actually Doki Doki Panic.
Yeah, what I mean is,
I'll say that they fit all of Pokemon Red onto Pokemon Gold.
You know what? I'm gonna go with the fact that the Nintendo Entertainment System was marketed as a toy instead of a video game console because of the Rob thing, and that's how they got around the video game crash and the fact that people weren't wanting to sell video games at the time.
All right, toy is a game, and
sorry, I had one now, I lost it.
there's a lot of surprising stuff about Nintendo.
Sure.
Been around for a while.
Here's one. I might need fact checking on the exact wording of this. It's the fact that Donkey Kong Country on the 64 Is it Donkey Kong 64? I can't remember the exact
It's
title.
It's just Donkey Kong 64.
Yeah.
It was too big to go on a regular pack, like on a regular 64. So did they give it a memory pack or the Rumble pack? I can't remember.
Expansion pack.
The expansion pack. That was it. Yeah, they had that come with it that normally was sold separately
because it fixed a game-breaking bug. But
yes.
All right. So, with your guys' fun facts, when you're ready.
Okay, it's me first, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You think isn't it me first?
No. The Jokers did the Pokemon Red the Gold thing. That's.
Oh, right. Okay. Got it.
You changed your answer, right? Yeah. Which I'll let slide this time. So for those who may not know, they were having a lot of trouble when they were designing Pokemon Gold. I don't know the exact situation. I think they were having memory issues, so they sent in a programmer to look at it, and he was able to fix their memory issue and also fit all of the Kanto region onto Pokemon Gold, which I think is incredible because that's just a Game Boy Color game. Game Boy Color, I think. Game Boy, regular Game Boy, doesn't matter. That they were able to fit 2 games onto one cartridge. It's really cool. That's a crazy feat of engineering, and that's really indicative of things that Nintendo do. And I think that's a really cool, surprising fun fact that they were able to do so much with so little.
All right.
I think the NES being kind of stealth dropped onto the market as a toy instead of a video game console. I think it's frankly one of the most fascinating and pivotal points of not just Nintendo history, but just straight up video game history. I don't know, man. I just think there's a lot of elements that go into this. The fact that the video game crash was this big deal. Nobody wanted to sell video games. Nintendo had already had a long history with toys at the time. That's kind of what allowed them to get into the market to begin with. Rob the Robot is iconic, but few people even realize how pivotal he was towards getting the NES on store shelves to begin with.
All right, Lazerdude.
What I love about this is it's both innovative and lazy about this fact that they make this game, but they can't. There's not enough RAM. There's not enough, so they need to put in the expansion pack because they've made a massive mistake that this bug is going to crash the whole thing, and so it's unplayable basically without the expansion pack. And instead of finding a way to work it around or increase, it's screw it. Here's some hardware, and I love that because then it's just it's also beneficial to the player, to the consumer, that they get this little bonus thing as well. So it's hey, it's good for you, it's lazy on us, or it's crappy for us, but you know what, we made it work. We found a solution. Just do that.
I mean, even though Rob may have gotten the NESs on the shelves, people weren't buying Rob. This was just a necessity to get it onto the shelves. And it's more of a footnote than it is an interesting fact. Same thing with Donkey Kong 64. It was a necessity. They needed it to get the game fixed. They needed it to get it playable and out. But think of the magic of you playing Pokemon Gold and you finish the game and then suddenly you don't know about this. You find the first game also on it. Also, the programmer who did that was Satoru Iwata, which is really cool as well.
So for the N64 thing, Donkey Kong 64 was not the only game to require that. You had stuff like Perfect Dark, you had stuff oh god, I know there's others. I'm kind of blanking on them right now. Majora's Mask was another one, so it's not unique to Donkey Kong. And then as for what Jokers is talking about, I think it's so niche that I don't think anyone besides real tech bros would even care.
Well, here's the thing. I feel like even if it was called the Nintendo video game system, it probably still would have sold. It's kind of a like, oh, that's interesting. Like, oh, that was their mindset at the time. But it was a good hardware that would have sold regardless of how people were feeling about video games at the time. As for, there's another game in there. I mean, yeah, that's fun. I'd never even heard of this. And, maybe because I don't play Pokemon that much. But, I feel like it's like, okay, yeah, good for them. Good for you. But it's not necessarily like a real fun, like, oh, this is what was happening at the company at the
time. I'll call this one, and congratulations, Jokers, you are finally on the board.
Hey, look at him go.
Also, another one of the expansion pack games is the Japanese release of Animal Crossing.
Oh, nice.
And the thing is, I have a couple of fun facts of my own that you guys left out, or you guys didn't go with, but one of them being that by sheer technicality alone, they are the world's oldest video game company, being founded in 1889.
Yes,
I mean, I kind of touched on that by just, I mentioned that they were like a toy company before they were a video game company, but it's fine.
Yeah, I'm just saying technically they are by sheer technicality alone.
For sure.
And that technically. So they could, for the purposes of burying him, they own a couple adult films based on their characters.
Good for them.
Like they bought up the rights so they could bury them. So technically, Nintendo owns the right to 2 adult films.
Oh man!
Both directed by Miyamoto.
Hey, Jacob, I have a fun fact.
Oh God!
All right, Dragon, what is this fun fact?
Jokers said the word.
Did I?
Actually, he said 2 words.
Yeah, what?
One word he said multiple times.
Yep, that he did.
So do we get to penalize Jokers twice, or like how we?
Is it a multiplier? Like every time he said it, it doubled the penalty.
I mean, that's a good idea, Lazerdude. Let's. It's Jacob's call. I have no sway over it, but
Well, how about this?
I know one of them was Miyamoto. What was the other one?
Game Boy.
Ah, that makes sense. So one of the words that would have been a necessity to say.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, we didn't say pick the Pokemon.
We didn't.
You want me to say the rest of them? I can say Game Boy Color, N64, GameCube, Nintendo Wii U.
Wait. How about since he said 2 words, Blue Dragon 5 picks one punishment and John picks the other.
That's a great idea.
Okay.
Yes.
That's you.
John? You're just mad that I spoiled all your words.
John's foaming at the mouth. John, why don't you go first and punish Jokers? What do you want to do?
I didn't like that. Stop that.
Look Jokers up and down. Think about all the terrible things you're going to do.
Jesus Christ, stop this.
I'm literally licking my lips at the idea.
Shit, I can hear it. You're lucky this channel doesn't have HR.
Yeah, I got rid of them.
Okay. You want to drive Tiki mad? Take his point cut in half and give it to both of us.
Oh God.
You know what? I'm gonna take his point, cut it in half, and cut that half in half, and give it to the other 2. How about that?
Okay.
So
they only get a fourth of a point.
Okay, wait. So you're gonna cut
what?
Point in half?
What happens
to the other half of a point then?
He gets to keep it.
Okay.
Oh my God! You're right. That does actively piss me off. That feels like more of a punishment for me.
Remember how that's the thing. Wait. That's the thing. We're supposed to be punishing Jokers. Wait.
And remember,
no. Tiki's gaining.
And remember,
it doesn't matter. He still gets his point taken away.
Wait.
And remember, since I said that I have final say, I will not do the half and half thing. I'll just do the 2.5.
Fine, I guess.
This is a callback to when I got my half of my point taken away. Remember that, Tiki, all those years ago?
Yes.
And so the score is now 2.5 Lazerdude, 2.5 Tiki, and
Poor
Jokers with
Jokers.
nothing yet again.
Okay.
Right when you get on the board.
Yep.
I don't do this for points.
And Dragon, are you going to be
I got
benevolent?
good news for you.
Dragon, now your turn. Are you going to be benevolent, or are you going to not be benevolent?
I think you mean malevolent.
Malevolent, yes. It's malevolent.
All right, let me think here. Oh boy, so many colorful ways I could dispense.
And remember, you are just punishing Jokers here.
Oh, I'm aware.
You can punish as many people as you want.
All right, let's see. We're going to.
Hey, wait a minute. That's reverse psychology.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We are going to. Okay, Jokers. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. Okay, so it's twofold. All right, Jokers has a negative point on the board.
Aye.
And
wait, so it's going to be -1?
Exactly, it's going to be -1 on the board.
I remember a couple months ago when you guys were all bitching about negative points.
Jokers has -1 on the board. And okay, the next person who gets a point gets the 0.5 as well. So
Wait,
the next point is worth 1.5.
I just have one question about this. Isn't this 2 punishments?
I don't care.
Okay.
And Jokers, if you get it, you'll be back up with half a point.
Okay.
Well,
So count your blessings. Okay, we're just
oh my God! It's almost like my punishment worked out, anyways.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Somebody's got to balance the scales.
What scale?
Right.
I was at 0.
All right, Little Blue, if you're still here, we're ready for your question. Which Nintendo character that has yet to be a walk-around should be one in Nintendo Land?
Bowser.
And by that, I'm assuming that means Super Nintendo World.
Yeah, I'm assuming so.
Don't make him feel bad about getting it wrong.
I'm just making sure.
I don't know what this is.
It's the theme park at Universal Parks.
No, but what's a walk
character.
around? Like just a character like walking around like Winnie the Pooh at Disneyland?
Yeah, it's just a character. It's just a person in a costume.
Okay.
Right now they have Mario, Luigi.
I guess you'll let me know if
Peach,
they have been or
Yoshi.
not.
Yeah.
Mario, Luigi, Toad, Peach, and Yoshi, and
Donkey Kong. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Waluigi.
Okay.
The Star Fox.
All right, another Star Fox. 45 seconds when you're ready.
I think without question, the breakout character of the Super Mario Brothers movie franchise has been Bowser, like without question. Like even people who hate the Mario Galaxy movie can admit that Bowser was a lot of fun in that movie. So with that in mind, with the character's newfound popularity, I think it only makes sense. We also have Donkey Kong as like a huge costume. And I think with Bowser, it would be really cool. Like, you know, you don't have to have, like, I feel like his design would be pretty angular, but, like, you know, the spikes on his shell would obviously be foam. That wouldn't be an actual danger or anything. I also feel like you could try and do the Living Character Initiative stuff and have him have a couple, like, pre-recorded Jack Black lines just for good measure.
All right.
See, here's the thing. I think you want to do something new, and so with Waluigi, you have you like to have bad guys as at theme parks. It's the most fun to interact with the bad guys, and I think Waluigi, all you need is a guy on a little bit of stilts. Have a guy that's walking around on these stilts, and it would be so fun for him to look down on you, make fun of you, and then you can make fun of him, and he'll chomp back. I can already see the internet clips piling up of everybody interacting with Waluigi. The right actor would eat that role up, and it would just be so much fun, especially with him. Maybe he could chase after Luigi in his long stilts, and it'd just be such fun interactions. It would be, in my mind, the perfect pick for a theme park.
Universal should probably jump on the goodwill of their new movie and market one of the breakout characters from the film by putting Star Fox in the parks. People will be chomping at the bit. People will be shitting themselves when they walk in the Super Nintendo world and see Star Fox there with a gun and blaster and saying whatever he says in the film. I know I would. I think Star Fox would be a fun character to see, and I think the time is right to see him in the parks with how well he was received in the film. They could even set up a small little area for him, kind of themed to the R-Wing or whatever. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see in the parks, and it'd be different from the other, the normal characters you see there.
So what Lazerdude is pitching for Waluigi is essentially just Igor from Dark Universe in the same park. It's like a slightly nefarious character who trolls guests and guests control him back. And I also feel like there's more to Waluigi's design than just being tall. You have the pointy limbs, and I just don't think you could translate that well. And with Fox, I kind of have a similar issue where I just think the proportions of the head, it'd be weird to get a suit like that and not just have it look like a furry suit.
I'm not defending Star Fox, but you're one to talk about proportions when it comes to Bowser. Come on, that person wouldn't even be able to move in that thing. And I think it just is really limited on what you could do. You couldn't really have him walk around, lumbering around as that good. And I think Waluigi, sure, you won't be a perfect one-to-one, but it would be more fun. It'd be more interactive rather than, oh, look, here's the big monster guy. Be more fun and interacting. And Star Fox, yeah, I just think it would probably be not as fun and not as interactive with the characters.
How tall do you think Waluigi is? He's just a guy who's thin. I don't think he really needs stilts. Also, if you're doing Waluigi, why would you do Waluigi and not Wario? He's more popular and more recognizable. Bowser, I do think I agree that the proportions would be weird. I can't see him really being effective unless it was a full puppet. Kind of like how they do Donkey, but the way you're pitching him, I don't see working very well. Star Fox, the time is right for him. He's easy to do. Yeah, do it. Put him in the park tomorrow.
All right, Eli. Be sure to select who you think had the best argument.
I think one of the tricky things with this question is the fact that they have actively chosen to make the human characters in the theme park still have the full masks and not be face characters. Because my initial thing was going to be Daisy. I think Daisy would be a lot of fun, but she's kind of limited if you just have the weird mask.
I didn't know that. I might not have chosen Waluigi if I knew that, but I still think it holds up as a fun pick.
Code Geass went with Rosalina.
Not bad.
No, Waluigi's a super unique pick. I think personally I'd rather see Wario though.
I
was
Waluigi.
tempted to go with fucking Wart, dude. I was really tempted to go with Wart.
What if they went for Blue Luma?
The
creepy one.
Maybe that's gonna be
that'd be fun. You could even have her just be a screen-based character interaction, like Crush.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Good news, Jokers. You get 1.5 points.
Wow.
Yay.
And that brings you up to 0.5 points.
See?
Yeah, wow.
What a ride this couple rounds has been.
See, you're doing good.
Switch to
We still have our
Pikmin,
0.5s.
Pikachu. What other words do we have? Game Gear, Virtual Boy,
Do a
Game
barrel
Gear.
roll.
Sonic the
Gear.
Hedgehog.
Game Gear is Sega.
I know it's
Is
Sega.
barrel roll not one?
No, it's not a word.
Oh, okay. I'm genuinely
Not a bad
surprised.
idea, though.
Honestly,
Guys, did
the
you not
past
see
couple
what
rounds
happened?
when we
Are you
all
crying?
chosen Star Fox things, I've been tempted to I was honestly tempted if I had time, I'd be like, "Hey, Jokers, remind us what Fox MacLeod's famous catchphrase is."
Fox says F. He
Alright,
does know.
anyways.
Actually, Fox isn't even the one that says do
No,
a
you're
barrel.
right. You're right.
Hey, Jacob, we haven't hit our head on the bricks to find any coins, have we?
Unfortunately, not yet.
No, I've been the one putting my head through a wall.
Yeah, just head trauma so far. Okay.
Mario
we
doesn't
still have our
actually hit the
0.5s
brick.
on the board.
He hits the brick with
All
hits
all
the
those
brick-
poor innocent Mushroom Kingdom citizens killed for no reason.
That's actually been debunked.
Not in my universe.
But I mean, in actual,
Bugged or covered up, Jacob?
Oh, yeah.
don't make me make your point 0 again, Jokers.
Release the Waluigi files.
Yeah, Jokers, why'd you say that?
All right, so I think we're gonna do something different. How about something powerful?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
All right. I'm assuming all of you have played Mario, so what is
Yep.
the best power-up in a Mario game?
Ooh, the flower from, or I'm sorry, the cape feather from Super Mario World.
I was
Alright.
considering it.
The Tanuki suit.
From Mario 3 and 3D Land. All right.
Does Cappy count?
That's more of a gameplay gimmick.
I would say you'd have to choose a specific capture for that.
Well, you're a contestant. It's not up to you.
Like I would say I would kind of have to agree with Tiki. You can use a Cappy power, but
No,
not
okay, I
Cappy,
won't.
but not Cappy himself.
What was Joker's answer?
Tanuki suit.
Tanuki. Okay.
Because don't get me wrong, Cappy is great, but he's more of a gameplay gimmick than a power-up.
It'd be like choosing the water gun from Sunshine.
Flood.
Right, thank you.
See, all the things I want to do are also gimmicks, like the Luma that makes you fly in Galaxy, or Flood even. But I guess I'll go with the classic Fire Flower.
All right, Fire Flower.
Yeah.
That's a solid choice.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
I think. Are you ready?
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
so I'm sorry. So I think the cape power up. There's a reason they haven't fucking brought it back, dude. Because that thing is straight up broken, and I say that in a good way. If you're just looking at it in terms of pure usefulness, dude, you can literally, as long as you get a running start, you can literally just jump up and go brown, 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 and just fucking bounce your way through the whole top of the screen through entire levels. It's so broken. And on top of that, you also have a pretty decent melee power up with the cape troll. So it's good for combat as well. It's just all around just the most OP.
All right, Jokers.
Yeah. The Tanuki suit's got it all. You can run, you can always run. Sorry, you can fly, you can attack, you can turn to stone. It's really versatile. I like that it keeps you still active within the level, so you still have to play the level, but you can make it easier for yourself through use of this power up. It's just kind of the perfect Mario power up. It does it all. I wish they would use it more. I don't know how else to fill 20 seconds. I like the Tanuki suit in Mario 3 and the other one. It is very fun. I like hitting enemies with my tanuki tail. Did you know that the tanuki is based off of Japanese mythology, as is Tom Nook?
This has been Lessons with Joe.
He did the book report.
I will
You
say,
know,
if you
when
want
I was thinking about these flying powers, but when it comes down to it, the cape is too much of a thing where it takes you past the entire level, and the Tanuki suit is it's a little bit too niche. Like it's weird that you're dressed up in this sort of thing, and then you can turn into stone. Where the fire flower is perfectly simple, but it doesn't break the game. You know, it's like you can shoot at enemies from far away, but you can still get hit by others because there's other powers available. Fire has been in almost every Mario game, and the ones that it hasn't been has been variations like the ice flower. So I think it's one of those things where if it's not broke, you don't need to change it. And it's also in OP in areas, but it's not like completely OP that you don't even feel like you're playing the entire game.
So I totally do get the logic and the argument behind the fire flower, or I'm sorry, the feather making the game just kind of pointless. I get it. But you don't need to play it that way, and it can still be a really effective power-up if you're not playing it that way. But if the question is just pure, what is the most powerful power-up, I don't think there is a question. Tanuki is basically just like a downgraded version of the feather, and the fire flower is classic, but it's just a projectile. It's just combat, whereas the feather is combat plus movement.
All right.
I was going to mention the same thing, that I don't like that the cape removes you from the gameplay if you really know how to use it. But really, like, at the end of the day, the Tanuki suit is the cape plus, like, it can fly similarly to the cape. You can swipe things like the cape. Plus, you can turn to stone, which is a really interesting gameplay thing. Like, it protects you, makes it easier. The fire flower is fine, but again, like, it's just the fire flower. It's the classic. It's the old standby. I like the uniqueness of the Tanuki suit.
To me, the biggest problem with both of these things is that the Tanuki is honestly not that fun to fly. The way you slowly float through the air, it's like, oh, okay, then I guess I'm floating this way. Where the cape, yeah, it's like, okay, you know, would you have more fun if you just skip to the end of a game? Not really. You want to play the game. You want to interact with it. And sure, there are parts that break it up, but for the most part, it's just like, okay, and then spin, and then spin. There's not that many bad guys that are built up against it, so it's too OP. It's not fun.
That was a pretty good run, not gonna lie. That was a lot of fun. Hey, LAB also pointed out Acorn suit.
I was tempted to use that. That is a really good one.
There's also like the frog
suit. As is the cat bell.
The cat bell. There's the boot. There's the Goomba boot.
Never mind.
There's all kinds. There's all kinds of things to choose from.
Mm-hmm.
So, but in terms of defense and offense, I think I will actually give this one to Tiki.
Nice.
Lazerdude was a close second, and as was Joker's. They all had very valid arguments, but I think Tiki
I totally get the argument that the feather makes it less interesting as a gameplay mechanic, but you cannot argue the actual OP nature of it.
Oh, the feather's my favorite. I'm kicking myself that I didn't go with the star.
Yeah, I was wondering why no one went with the star.
The star would have been.
As soon as I said fire flower, I said I should have said the star, because the star, you know, it's not super OP, but it also is versatile.
Like the star is
if you're running low on lives.
Sorry.
Well, in Super Mario World is my go-to, so like I'm always viewing it in that regard. And so, like, if you were ever running low on lives, just go to a level with a bunch of bad guys and a star, and just clean up, and then you're good to go. It's more versatile.
I feel like a star is more useful as a power-up in Mario Kart than it is in the actual platforming games, because like you get to like take a bunch of shortcuts, you're invincible to weapons, and you can hurt people. Like it's like that's like a 3-in-1 right there. It is probably the best weapon in Mario Kart.
All right.
Which should probably be a fucking question in its own right, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. So that was so Dragon. Where do you think we should lean next? And technically speaking, in the original Mario World, Yoshi was kind of a power-up.
I would count Yoshi as a power-up. Just generally speaking, I would. I don't really think that unless you're like playing.
I don't know
his own
if
games.
Yoshi's a power-up, then
I'm
Luma and Flood could be considered power-ups.
I know, but I'm just saying technically in the original Mario World, he kind of was.
I don't think he affects the gameplay as much as those other two, though.
Yeah, so that would be my ruling on that. But then again, I'm just
you can technically play all of Super Mario World without ever once using Yoshi, and you cannot say the same thing about any of Cappy or Flood or Luma. Like the whole.
Have you tried playing Super Mario Sunshine without Flood? It sucks.
I bet.
So Dragon,
I don't think. Is that a speed run? Because that would be just the most miserable.
Oh,
we'll never find out with all the interruptions.
All right, Dragon, where do you think we should lead?
I think we should try a quick draw question.
Ooh.
I like that. So this is
Still no coin, guys?
Still no coin.
Still
Okay,
no coin.
just making sure.
All right. Trust me, it'll come.
All right.
So, quick draw.
Yeah.
What is the better Nintendo accessory? Rob the Robot,
Yeah.
the Power Glove, or the NES Zapper?
Zapper.
Everybody said Zapper.
Okay, who said Zapper first?
I have no idea.
Oh, come on!
Do you want to just do a randomizer for it to see who gets it?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, randomizer. I'll open the randomizer.
Do we have the randomizer? Well, that doesn't fill me with confidence.
I feel like it's almost at the point where you should just give the whoever gets the Zapper gets the point. Just give them the point. We don't even have to do the debate.
Okay, so all right, so whoever's on top here will get to go with the Zapper.
Okay.
Jokers gets the Zapper.
Okay.
All right. I'm actually going to go with the Power Glove, believe it or not.
All right.
Good luck defending that.
I got my.
What do I have?
I got my strategy.
Rob the Robot.
Rob the Robot, buddy.
Okay, let's do it.
All right.
Yeah, okay. The NES Zapper is the NES Zapper. It's the first really successful experiment on bringing the arcade home. It's iconic. It's one of the reasons why the NES is was the most popular video game system of its generation. It's one of the reasons why the NES brought video games back from the brink. It saved the industry. It created a new industry. It inspired later industry. It's the foundation of a new style of home video games, and it looks damn good doing it. I like the NES Zapper. It's really cool. If we didn't have the Zapper, we wouldn't have the Wiimote. Duck Hunt Spine. Spine.
And I will say you are allowed to defer time if you run out of things to say.
Okay, so my argument is going to be all about innovation. Yeah, the Power Glove itself is not the best. It didn't really function the best, but frankly, neither did Rob. Like, Rob is probably the odd man out here, but what I think the Power Glove lacked in actual functionality, it made up for in the idea. And here's the thing, like, Jokers, you cited the Wii Remote, and yeah, sure, the Wii Remote, like that did come from the Zapper, but I would argue even more so the actual functionality of the Power Glove very much was Nintendo's first attempt at making a motion-based system that is like the breadcrumbs that led to their most successful system.
let's not get it wrong here. This is a failure to deliver on the great concept. The concept was you had a robot buddy that was with you playing the game while you were going on. Just people didn't make the games to utilize it. It was a great tool. It had the ability to be an amazing tool. It just didn't get its chance in the sun. And that's not its fault. Innovating, a computer playing the game with you at the same time at that in age, it was unthinkable. It was amazing. Sure, did it work? No, but that's not what we're judging here. We're talking about which one is the best, and I think this is the one that's the most out of the box. Oh, a gun that can shoot at the screen? Sure. Hey, my hand moves around. Sure, whatever. It's not as innovative.
Rob didn't fail because things weren't made for it. Rob failed because it was a bad product. It looked great, but it didn't really work the way they wanted it to. It was slow, it was cumbersome, it was expensive. It just was too early. It was before its time. The Power Glove wasn't even made by Nintendo, so maybe in some way the idea of that would have come back to the Wiimote, but it's pretty obvious that it was inspired at least in part by the Zapper. The Zapper worked out of the box. The Zapper is iconic.
I feel like the Zapper is equal parts the most functional of these three and by far the most boring as far as design. Rob is iconic, but I just don't really think he innovated anything as far as actual gameplay. Whereas with the Power Glove, I truly do think that, yeah, there is an argument to be made that you are really touching a whole new level of gaming with it. It just needed time to work out. Also, Ganon in a Smash Brothers movie using the Power Glove as an infinity gauntlet.
Yeah, the Zapper. Let's not forget it was also the easiest tool to cheat with. Just pointed at a light, bang, bang, bang. All the ducks are falling out of the sky. And then, like the Power Glove, it had a whole movie to to build it up and say how cool and amazing it is. And it still failed spectacularly because all it took was 5 seconds for people to realize that this wasn't going to fly. People caught on to how this thing didn't work faster than playing Superman 64. So, come on. At least people tried with Wally. They gave it their best shot, and it wasn't easy to cheat with.
All right, for this one, I will defer to John Gelling.
I'm gonna have to go with Lazerdude. He made a solid argument for Rob.
All right, that brings Lazerdude.
I don't know how I did that.
Well, you talked a lot, and you talked about a robot, and that seemed to work for you.
Yep, and I wouldn't complain, though. It brings you to 3.5 points.
I'm not complaining at all. I appreciate it, and I'm very grateful.
Yeah. That brings Lazerdude to 3.5, Tiki to 3.5, and Jokers to a half.
I thought our halves were gone and given back into the next point.
Well, then Jokers.
The sad thing is, I think Jokers is like objectively the biggest Nintendo fan of the three of us.
Well, remember, Jokers did get to 1.5.
That's where it went, dude. Remember, it was -1.
I know, but we still have our halves. So shouldn't he have the extra half on his side already, and we don't have that extra half now?
No.
I'm not worried about it. I'm just saying.
So, I think it is time to flip the coin.
Hey.
So, Lazerdude, the Iwata coin.
Oh, boy.
So, Lazerdude, since you won, you can either choose to flip or defer.
Long-time listeners will be shocked by this, but I'm going to flip.
All right.
Yes.
He's going to flip. And and it flipped backwards.
Dang nabbit.
Bringing Lazerdude back to 2.5 points. And so basically that last round didn't happen.
Yeah.
I fought so hard for that point.
Well, that's what you get for using the robot to play your NES.
Listen, Lazerdude, if anything, you know in your heart that you had that point. So
You earned it.
Yes.
If I lose this game by 1 point, I'm going to regret this because I never flipped that dang coin.
that's the way the coin lands. So, all right. Let's do. I'm feeling a bit. Dragon, where are you leaning? Like something more on the dinosaur side.
All right, sure.
All right.
Let's walk the dinosaur.
Yes. Which DreamWorks character should adopt Yoshi?
Shrek.
What?
Hiccup.
Which DreamWorks character should have gotten Yoshi?
Should
adopt Yoshi.
Wait,
I said Hiccup.
You spoke over each other. Say it again.
The question is, which DreamWorks character should adopt Yoshi?
Should adopt Yoshi.
Just to be clear, everyone heard me say Hiccup, right? I don't want
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't. I'm sorry.
We're gonna recommend you drink water upside down. But yes.
Jeez, I don't know. What the fuck? Give me a second.
I've seen DreamWorks movies.
Bear with me.
All right, so Tiki has Shrek, right?
That's the big green one, Jokers.
And Laserdude said Hiccup.
That's the one who rides on the dragon.
Yep, just making sure.
I'll say,
Are you looking up DreamWorks characters?
No, of course not. I'm gonna say Spirit, Stallion, and Cimarron.
Okay.
All right. There we go.
So what did he choose?
He chose the horse. He chose Spirit, Stallion, and Cimarron.
To adopt Yoshi. All right.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right. When you're 45 seconds, when you're ready.
I think this is pretty straightforward, actually. I think Shrek, he's best friends with Donkey, who is a loyal steed in his own right. Yoshi is a bit of a character as well. Yoshi's a little bit of a clown. I think Yoshi and Donkey would get along famously. I like the dichotomy of Yoshi being, the silent but cool type, and Donkey being kind of like the loud and sort of dorky type. I think those two would bounce off of each other really well. I don't know, man. I just think that Shrek has a lot of experience, and it's not just Yoshi or it's not just Donkey. He's a father. He has kids. I just think he'd be a really, really good fit to take care of him. That's it.
All right.
Yoshis are a lot to handle. They eat everything around them. They're not very, vocal. They only can say their name. And so I thought, who's the best person to get with a Yoshi? And that is, of course, Hiccup. He's trained so many different type of vicious dragons. Yoshi would be a cinch for him. He would just view him as another dragon. Oh, this dragon doesn't have wings. He just eats everything around him. You just got to supply him with a lot of good food, and then he'll be fine. Oh, that's all it is. And just, if he ever eats anybody, they just come out an egg. It would just be something that he would be fascinated by and bond with him, be actual friends with him, and he would do it willingly and eagerly. I think it's the best fit for Yoshi. He would be well taken care of in the best hands possible in the entire DreamWorks universe.
I have one word that I would like you all to chew on for a couple seconds, and I'll sit in silence for a few seconds. Freedom. When I think of Spirit, Stallion, and Cimarron, I think of freedom. I think of someone free, a horse perhaps, free, completely divorced from society, from responsibility, living its life free. And that's what I would like for Yoshi. I think Yoshi can learn how to be free, how to emancipate himself from Mario, how to live for himself as a Yoshi should. I also did look it up, and Google does state that, in fact, there are no laws preventing a horse from adopting a dinosaur. Thank you. I cede my time.
Wow.
At least he did it. At least he did his research.
Okay, so like Joker's is clearly like a joke answer, hence his name. I don't even really feel like I need to get into it, so I'll focus on Hiccup. I think with Hiccup, even though the best friend dynamic between him and Toothless is there, and it's a very heartfelt dynamic, the end of the day, it is a pet. Whereas I truly feel like Shrek would treat Yoshi as an equal, much like Mario and Luigi treated him as an equal.
First of all, you're assuming that Spirit would let Yoshi in. Spirit was the protector of their entire herd, and an animal that eats everything around it, yeah, he's going to be aggressive towards Yoshi. Second of all, let's see, Shrek is way too heavy to get on it, and you think of Shrek is going to treat him like an equal. He's going to be like, get out of my swamp! I don't want no other dragons in here! I have these baby donkey dragons already! You know, there's no way would he get involved with this thing. He would eat everything, and he would just be so annoyed with it, not equals.
First to Tiki, I am dead serious when I think of Spirit and Yoshi. I think that Spirit could really help Yoshi, and I think they would teach each other a lot of things about life and the way of living. Shrek is again too big for Yoshi. His children would destroy that dinosaur. And I don't think that Hiccup's a really good owner for him. Like the climate they live in is not suitable for Yoshi. It's very, very mountainous, very water-based. It'd be difficult for him to traverse.
All right, Dragon, I'll let you choose.
Lazerdude.
Thank you.
Laserdude it is. Bringing the score once again to 3.5, 3.5, and a half.
Wow.
Jeez, you went undercut Laserdude's victory.
I'm sorry. I'm not undercutting Laserdude. I'm just like, wow, we're making a lot of progress here.
You know, it's about the journey. It's not about the destination.
Oh,
All right. So how about we do something that is more familiar to this channel, Dragon? What do you say?
Okay.
So how about which underrepresented Nintendo franchise should get a Super Nintendo World attraction next?
Oh fuck! Oh man!
Well, it figures you're caught short on that one, Tiki. We have an Imagineering question.
Pikmin.
Pikmin. All right.
Ice climbers.
Balloon fight.
Oh man! Wow, you guys went with some real obscure ones. Okay. I think Pikmin is fucking a natural pick for a theme park attraction, dude. I really do. First of all, you've got Pikmin in the land already. Like hidden Pikmin in Super Nintendo World are basically the equivalent to hidden Mickeys in a Disney park. They're all over the place. I also think with Pikmin, there's a lot of different opportunities for what you could do. I think just a cool indoor flat ride would be really cool to do. I think you could probably do a simulator or a 3D show. But what I'd really like to see is I'd really like to see a dark ride and have those scale effects, man. Like imagine something like the Ratatouille dark ride with those scale effects, which I think is the best part of that ride. But just cranked up to 11, make it a little bit more intense, a little bit scary, but still family friendly, and they're limitless potential.
Okay. I think Ice Climbers is just the best fun game, but also an environment that might not be easy in any of the other worlds, like a full-on mountain thing, either where you're in line, you're going up inside of a mountain, or whether it's a ride or attraction, whatever you're doing with them, it could be fun. And, you know, you could even have little animatronic ice climbers climbing up as you're in line, they're climbing up the line with you. You see a couple of them climb up, and then the next section, there's more of them climbing up. It could be fun. As a ride, and there's so many different winter type rides that you could just have a whole lot of fun with. It's just underutilized product, but also could still be fun. And also you can have, winter stuff. How much of that can you sell in Nintendo Land?
Balloon Fight is one of those forgotten classics that I would love to see have some more representation. Even though there was only really one game, I think, just the NES game, it's still stuck around in certain ways, like in Mario Kart. The battle mode is pretty obviously based off of Balloon Fight. I think it'd be a really interesting fit for Nintendo World. It would play into the game design that they really go for when designing the attractions for Nintendo World. It's a loose enough of a game where they could adapt it to the Mario characters and still have it recognizably be Balloon Fight. I think it would be a really fun way to do something different that isn't Mario Kart or the Super Mario Galaxy ride or like Captain Toad Treasure Hunter, whatever you want. It would be fun, unique, and fitting.
I mean, you both realize that we're dealing with like a multi-billion-dollar conglomerate here, and they actually want to make money and appeal to the shareholders, right? Like, you realize this? Hello, McFly. No, I mean, look, I love the hipster energy with these picks, but I just don't think they just wouldn't attract an audience. Lazerdude, there is already a snowy mountain in Super Nintendo World within the skyline, so that's out. And with Pikmin, I just think like a dark ride with combine the screens with physical sets. It's just perfect to work.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize we were answering this question for the shareholders. I thought we were answering it for ourselves because in my mind, like just Pikmin, like you're just walking around looking, there's a Pikmin, there's a Pikmin, and even as a ride in the dark, I mean, the game is not situated that much in the dark. It's a pretty bright, colorful game, so it seems like a bad fit. As for Balloon Fight, I guess you're shooting balloons. I guess that'd be fun if you're at a carnival, but I think Ice Climbers has the cuteness and the adventure and the fun that you would want at Nintendo Land.
I mean, the question was what underrepresented Nintendo franchise would you like to see at Nintendo World? I find it interesting that Tiki chose a franchise that is already represented in Nintendo World. Ice Climbers sounds fine, but it doesn't. I don't think it's really unique enough to like warrant its own attraction. It can't carry a story. Balloon Fight can kind of do anything with. It's a game. Like it's a game as a game. So like you can make a battle ride. You can make it like an experience. You can do a lot with it where it's recognizably Balloon Fight.
All right, I'll call this one. And with that, I think I'm going to go with Tiki's pick.
Wait, really?
Yep.
I mean,
sure?
Thank you. Like, I'll take it. But honestly, as soon as Joker said the thing about the it's already represented, I was like, oh fuck, that's a killer.
I know, but
right. You should give it to Jokers.
But you did mention that it's like they're kind of just there as hidden Mickeys kind of thing. So
okay.
And it's and technically the question was underrepresented.
Yeah.
So
true.
No representation at all. That's how
I
I'm
appreciate it, man.
So that's how I'm faring on that one.
Right.
Plus, I think overall you made the better argument either way.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
I for one, I liked shareholders line.
That was a good line. Yes.
I mean, that was a strong argument. I'm not going to.
It was a very strong.
It was. It almost won him the argument.
Yeah.
But I think Tiki held his ground, and that's why I'm going. That's why I went with him.
All right, appreciate it.
In fact, if a Pikmin ride or attraction opens up, we can solely blame Tiki on this now.
There you go. That's the spirit.
Yeah. So, Dragon, what do you think we should do next?
All right, let's see. What's our score?
Oh yeah, 3.5, 4.5, and a half.
All right, let's see. We gotta make sure this next one's a good one. Okay, Jacob, what do you think? Do we want a quick draw? Do we want a musical question, or do we want a Smash Brothers related question?
Well, it's either between the score or Smash. Okay, I think since more people might have a chance to answer this one, and it's kind of more focused, I'll go with the Smash Bros. Question.
Okay.
All right. Which video game original character should be added to Smash Bros?
Oh God, that hasn't already. Oh man.
Yeah.
Yep.
I must have limited.
All right, so the 5 that hasn't been added.
I know, right? Crash Bandicoot.
By the 5, I mean the
Crash
5
Bandicoot.
sword characters. that hasn't been added.
He's got Crash Bandicoot.
Tiki has Crash.
Okay. This opens it up because there's so many. Because it's not just Nintendo. Every single franchise.
I mean, it is not just limited to Nintendo.
So I'm not gonna lie, I'm sad that I didn't think of picking Bubsy Bobcat.
What could possibly go wrong?
There's a very obvious.
Tell me he wouldn't be a fun meme character. Come on.
There's a very obvious character that nobody's said yet that I'm shocked about.
Well, Lazerdude.
We've only had one answer so far.
Yep.
Yeah, but this one's pretty obvious.
Hey, he's really passing judgment on you, Tiki, for not picking this one.
I mean, I can guess what John's thinking of, and if it's what I think he's thinking of, I just don't think that character fits with Smash that well.
Okay.
But it might not be who I'm thinking. It might not be thinking of the same character, though.
Well, I'm going to say Dr. Robotnik.
Ooh,
okay. Robotnik's solid.
I'm gonna go with Geralt of Rivia.
All right.
Ooh,
The Witcher.
Fuck?
Yeah.
Well, actually, that does not fit the criteria of the question.
What was the question?
What video game original character? Geralt of
So we're
Rivia.
gonna split hairs because he's from a book.
Yes.
Yeah.
All we do here, Joker, is split hairs.
You've been fucking me for 2 goddamn hours.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna go with Kratos.
Kratos, all right. Kratos
That's solid. That's solid. Isn't he technically a fuck from Greek mythology?
Yeah.
Well,
He's original in the Greek mythology, isn't he?
I think so.
I will. Let me preface this by saying I will allow Kratos.
Technically, he's been screwing you for an hour and 41
very
minutes.
gracious.
Well, I will allow Kratos, but I'm just saying there technically is a Kratos in Greek mythology. But
Oh
it's
god,
like,
no! Give him Kratos.
I literally just said I would. You didn't let me finish.
Right. Okay. Sorry.
I'm just saying, but it's such a minor character where even the creators of the game didn't even know there was a Kratos in Greek mythology.
God!
Don't tick off the host, Tiki. Just that's uncouth.
I'm just saying. Technically, I will allow Kratos.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
I think at this point, Crash Bandicoot is one of the absolute most iconic video game characters that has not been in Smash yet, and who would actually fit with Smash. John, I'm guessing that you're thinking of Master Chief as the obvious one, and there's a lot of like M-rated characters that you could put in there, but Crash just fits like a glove, man. He fits as good as Banjo-Kazooie would fit in there. You've got an obvious move set with, just his slide, and he'd be a melee character, but he's got a variety of weapons from the games he can use. You have the masks. There's a ton of skins you can use from Crash 4, just all around one of those. Yeah.
all right, Lazerdude.
I think back to the Smash Ultimate trailer for King K. Rool, and it was showing all the bad guys and how every one of the main characters has their bad guy in the game. And I was thinking, who doesn't? And then I thought, it's Sonic. Sonic doesn't have the representation of his main villain in the game, and there's so much stuff you can do with Dr. Robotnik. I'm seeing it now. His Smash Ball can come down, and he's in his giant mechanized chute crashing over the stage. I can see all the different bad guys in his ultimate, or all these different robots coming out. I can see him using them as different moves, where he uses, he press side B and all of a sudden you see, Metal Sonic fly out, and it would just be so amazing.
Actually, might be Metal Sonic would also be an interesting Echo Fighter.
Yeah. I think we need more modern representation in Smash Bros. There's a couple characters, but not too many within the last century. So I think Kratos would be a fun pick. He's obviously very popular. He's very iconic. There's a ton that you could do with him. He has his powers. He has all of his weapons. You could use Atreus as Fire Smash if you want to do modern Kratos. If not, you can do something crazy with, like, I don't know, the Colossus of Rhodes or something if you want to do more classic style. It would just be fun to see a more modern character from a different company, from another big heavy hitter like Sony, kind of in a similar way that Master Chief would be fun to see in Smash Bros. So yeah, I'd like to see Kratos in Smash Bros. Thank you.
I think Kratos makes more sense than Master Chief as far as like an M-rated character in Smash, just because of the moveset potential. But he's still an M-rated character, like not only just as far as like the audience, but also aesthetically. I just don't think he would really fit that well. With Robotnik, man, we need Shadow the Hedgehog. We need Knuckles. Like, we need a few more Sonic reps before we get Robotnik in there. And frankly, Lazerdude, what you're describing sounds more like a boss battle than a functional fighter.
Before I get started, what was Tiki's again?
Oh God.
Crash Band.
Yeah.
All right, sorry. That wasn't a joke. I actually forgot who you.
No, I forgot too. You're good.
I think that it's. No, I'm doing my bit now. I forgot you were doing it because, like, I don't really find Crash Bandicoot has much more to appeal to bring than even, like, it's like the same as Banjo and Kazooie in the game. It's the equivalent. And I think Kratos, the biggest problem isn't that he's an M-rated character, is that he has, like, his iconic chain things. And who has that? Simon Belmont. He's basically going to have a lot of the same type of attack as Simon Belmont. So for variety, you got to go with Robotnik. No one's going to offer that sort of variety in gameplay.
Crash, I kind of agree with Laserdude's point. Like, he's very similar to other characters that already represented, though he would fit aesthetically. I don't really see him doing anything very different from other characters. Kratos, I think in the newer games, he's an axe, so he has like close range potential, he's long range potential, he's all these spells that he can use. Robotnik is fine, but he doesn't really, I don't know, he doesn't really do much in his games. I don't really see him being an effective player. Or, I'm sorry, an effective character, someone people really gravitate towards.
I'll call this one.
Good.
And let me just put it like this. Personally, of these three, I would go with Crash. But as far as actual picks go, I'm gonna go with Jokers.
Yeah, I thought Jokers had the best argument too. That's an
Wow.
And also, as far as M-rated games go, Bayonetta's in the game.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. That's a good point.
Fire Emblem's rated M too, aren't they? Or are they T?
Now, while they are on the bit darker side, they're all rated either like E or, but the highest they get is
snakes in the game.
I know, yeah, Metal Gear Solid as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Good point. Good point.
For the record, I wasn't thinking of Master Chief. I was thinking of Monica from Doki Doki Literature Club, but
that's the obvious.
Oh,
pick?
sure. It's got to be Monica.
That is not an obvious pick at all.
Oh, very obvious. She's a
Waluigi.
She's a game breaker.
Can you do a tight 45 on Y?
No.
Okay.
Final smash.
That's why I'm a judge and I'm not a debater.
No. But like I said, I still think Joker's Kratos is a solid pick, and he, especially with what Joker said about both with having the axe being a close range attack and the blades being a farther range attack. I think Kratos would be a natural fit.
Yeah.
It'd probably be a tough sell actually getting him into the game, but that's what this fantasizing is for. So, and I do kind of agree with Tiki. And I do agree with Tiki's point with Sonic being like, you need like Knuckles, Shadow, and others before you get to Robotnik.
I know. I still think Robotnik would be first. You go hero, villain, then side characters.
I mean, Robotnik. Like I said, I can totally see Robotnik working. If they do go that way, I can totally see that working.
He would just be like Baby Bowser in terms of moving around. He'd be in his little cart.
I mean Bowser Jr.?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
All right. Okay, so that brings it to 3.5, 4.5, and 1.5. Jokers, despite your complaint at the beginning of the round, you did get the point.
I know.
So that worked out well then.
Yeah.
So, Dragon, how about we go with the other one you were leaning towards?
Let's do it.
Now let's see what this one works. Which Nintendo game has the best score?
Oh, Mario Galaxy, the original Super Mario Galaxy, not even a question.
Okay, Mario Galaxy.
This is going to be niche, but I'm going to go with Earthbound.
Fucking course you are. I'd literally have a heart attack and die if you didn't go with Earthbound.
I'm going to go with... I don't necessarily know which game, but I'm thinking of like Legend of Zelda.
Okay, which specific Zelda?
Well, I'm thinking of the one that has the most iconic theme, so probably dun, 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 is that?
I mean, that's literally the overall.
That's all of them.
That's pretty much every single 3D Zelda, and some of even the 2D ones.
No, that tune originated in the very first Zelda game.
Yeah.
Right, but I guess if it's in everything, I'll just choose Breath of the Wild then, and just go with that.
Okay, Breath of the Wild.
Because that's the only Zelda game I played. And I just wanted to make sure that tracked specifically.
Okay. So we have Tiki with Mario Galaxy, Jokers with Earthbound, or Mother 2, depending on where you are, and Breath of the Wild for Lazerdude.
I'm going to go as far as to say this. Without the score specifically of Super Mario Galaxy, the game, I don't think we have the Mario movies. I think the score for the Mario Galaxy game elevated the Mario series into a cinematic high in a way that we had never seen with like a classic Nintendo franchise before that point. And there is so much to love about that score. Like, to me, that score is some of the absolute most awe-inspiring, wondrous music, not just in Nintendo, not just as far as video games, but just music in general. It fits the game so well. It's wondrous. It's amazing.
All right.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. No, I think Earthbound is such a unique, like crazy, interesting musically and orchestrally, and like the arrangements score for any game. It's really steeped in the Japanese music of the time. It has these crazy samples from like the Beatles and the Beach Boys and like Chuck Berry. It's like really, really steeped in culture of the 20th century. It's really unique. It only sounds like Earthbound. It sounds like nothing else. It is what it is. It's iconic enough that they were teaching some of the songs from it in elementary schools in Japan at the time. It's just so wholly itself, and that's why I think it's one of the greatest Nintendo score.
When it comes down to it, I look at a score of what is the amount of people that can hum it at command? How many can you just say, hey, hum this tune? And I think Legend of Zelda has the best score for that, especially in Breath of the Wild, because on top of having the classic tune that's just such a rousing, amazing tune that I've barely even played that many Zelda games, and yet I can hum that thing from beginning to end. But you also have stuff that is like unnerving, like when the blood moon rises and the music goes up and you see everything rise. It gets you in the biggest, you feel scared when you're supposed to feel scared, uneasy when you're supposed to feel uneasy, and you feel triumphant when you finally make it through. Plus all the little sound effects, they bring you into the whole experience. The whole thing is just better than any big score.
So, Lazerdude, I honestly think your score, like, you made some good arguments for it, but I think it's a little bit too minimalist. Like, if you're going for that, like, iconic, triumphant Zelda music, I think you would have been better off picking something like Ocarina. If you're going for something a little bit more experimental, I think you'd be better off picking Majora's Mask. Joker, you're a fucking dirty ass hipster, my friend. You are a hipster. You picked a hipster choice and you explained it with hipster reasons. I am the mainline pick. I'm so sorry, Evan.
I'm not a dirty hipster, Tiki. I'm pretentious. No, I mean, you're right. The Mario is the easy pick. It's the vanilla pick. But at the end of the day, like it sounds like every other Mario game. The original is iconic.
That is
but I don't think Galaxy really reaches those highs. When I look at what is the best score, I'm looking for uniqueness. I'm looking for something that really catches me, something that like interests me, makes me want to listen to it more, and that is Earthbound to me.
See, here's the biggest problem with Galaxy is that, all the music nerds cream in their pants when they hear like, oh my God, this is the orchestra, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Like, all I can think of is the last line, dun, 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 and I don't even have that. And it sounds like a newsreel. Like, so, hey, here today at 9. And come on, when it comes to epicness, the whole Legend of Zelda just has it down. I picked the game at random. The score itself, it doesn't matter. It's the game that brings the classic nature to the modern world. It adds more to it.
Alrighty then. I don't know where John's in the. There he is. But either way, Dragon, I'll let you call this one.
All right, I'm gonna give this one to Lazerdude.
Lazerdude with Breath of the Wild. All right then. That brings it to 4.5, 4.5, and 1.5. So
It could be anyone's
I would have
game.
won by now, just so everyone knows if I didn't flip that stupid coin.
Yep.
It could be anyone's game. Let's be honest.
That's why it's called a gamble. Well,
We're all evenly matched.
Yep.
My money's on the guy with half a point.
Yeah.
We can
He has
dream.
a point and a half. Give him his credit.
All right, so Dragon, I'm gonna go with the most recent question I submitted. All right.
Okay.
All right. Since Tiki brought it up earlier, and I can't believe I thought of it myself. What is the worst power up in Mario Kart to get hit by?
Oh, to get hit by. Okay, so
hit by lightning.
I think it's actually got to be the red shell.
Okay, so who said lightning?
I did. Lazerdude.
All right, and Tiggy win with the shell. Jokers?
Red shell.
I have red shell, right?
I'm gonna say that weird horn.
The horn?
Yeah, you know that like that.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking.
Yeah,
The blue shell killer.
Yeah, that one.
yeah.
I know it has a name, but I don't know what it is. I'm not gonna look it up. But all right, so whenever you guys are ready.
Going first.
Yep.
The reason that the lightning is the worst one is because it can hit you in 2 different ways, and it's completely random. If you're going over a jump and it hits you, you can be out of the arena and you have to start over. That's a double whammy. If it hits you and then somebody else who has a star runs over, or who used it runs you over, then you're flattened and slowly going down. Double whammy. All of these can only hit you once, you stall, and then you keep going. This is the gift that keeps on giving, and you don't want it. You want to return it, and it's random. It always goes up to the people in last, and it always is a pain if you're doing well and then you get flattened and you go from 1st to 7th, and it's more painful than a blue shell because it happened to everybody but you got hurt the worst.
So I actually have some solid defenses for the lightning bolt. I think obviously the fact that everyone gets hit with it unless you're invincible, like that kind of negates it. Also, there's been situations where I've actually found it useful, like if I'm holding on to a junk item like a fire flower or a piranha plant where I can't just get rid of it, I have to like actively use it. And I'm like, oh, cool, that takes care of that. I think red shells, as someone who probably plays Mario Kart more than anyone else in this room, they're the bane of my existence, dude. There's a lot of them. There's so many of them. The only if you don't have a thing behind you to defend yourself, you're fucked. Even if you have a thing behind you to defend yourself, if the person behind you has 3 shells, you're also fucked.
I chose the weird red horn thingy. It's a more modern. Power up, but I think it can really fuck your game, and I think it's overlooked in how much it can really screw with someone. Like the red shell, can hit you, can make you like fall over, spin around. But I think it also destroys your power ups if you have them out when it hits. So it's really like totally ruining where you're at. I don't really know what else to say about it. Yeah, it can like destroy blue shells, but I think if you're on the other end of that, you're gonna have a very bad time. Thank you, Joker's Wild 2026.
All right.
Yeah, you said that you had counters, and yet Red Shell has the most easy counters. Banana and Shell, them those 2 common items you pick up in the entire game. And as for that, the Horde, you only can really get it very rarely, and it doesn't disturb you more than anything else. Where a Lightning, even you could just be not even in first, you could be in the middle of the pack, but you're just starting to you just get a good item, boom, gone, and now you get run over, and now you've gone from 3rd to 5th, and then to last, and then it's just a big pain. It ruins everything.
I would argue that losing the items hurts more than the actual physical effect of getting hit by the lightning does. As far as your argument for the defense, if you're holding, you can only hold 2 items at a time, right? So if you're holding a shell and a banana, and the person in back of you has 3 red shells, you're still fucked, dude. With the horn, it's just such a small radius. That's the problem. And yeah, losing the item sucks, but I don't think you get knocked down as much as with a red shell.
I mean, the red shell is easily counterable, even if you say that having 3 red shells kind of negates that. It doesn't. There's also like the craziness of racing with other people. All 3 of those shells aren't necessarily going to. It's pretty easily counterable. The lightning bolt, while it makes you tiny, I've never had an issue with it. It doesn't really affect your game that much, other than making you slow for a little bit. I've never been squished. I've never really been hit by anything. That horn, though, can fuck you.
All right, then. John, Kelly, I'll let you call this one.
I'm going to give it to Lazerdude. The lightning is a motherfucker in Mario Kart. Anytime, every time.
All right, and you know what that means, folks. Lazerdude wins the game.
There is
that coin flip isn't going to haunt me. Whew.
We have breaking news.
5.5 points.
Dragon, what's up?
Well, no. Lazerdude, He said the third word.
Oh no!
You gotta be
Are you
kidding
serious?
me!
So I think we should hold the victory for a
No,
second.
come on,
Dude,
word.
He did. He said banana.
give the point to Tiki. Tiki wins. There we go.
That's
Not a-
guys. You take away half a point.
I had quite an insidious penalty in mind, but Jacob, do you want me to enact it, or do you want to let him have the victory? What do you want to do?
Oh, like, what did you have in mind? Now let me hear the punishment before I decide on it.
Okay, the punishment will be we flip the coin, and his half point either goes to Tiki or goes to Jokers.
Whoa! Come on, Tiki doesn't want to win this game on a coin flip. Come on.
And unfortunately, Dragon, I'm going to veto that.
Okay.
What was the word? I didn't hear.
Banana.
Technically, I said that.
Didn't he say that too? Didn't Tiki say it
Yeah.
too?
Yeah, I think all of you.
I think you said it first, but yeah, you both said you both want to flip. You both want to see what happens.
If the punishment is happening, I wanted to hit all of us.
I'm
Okay.
ready. I mean, I've had fun.
Wow, real life lightning round.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, like, we're either consistent with the coin, or we're consistent with the rules, or we're not. Like,
Alright.
But also, it's after midnight.
I'll just leave it as is.
All right.
And I will say, Lazerdude does in fact win the game.
There we go. It's official.
I misspelled it, but so now he's Lazerdude.
He's all laid.
He's lazy, dude.
I'm all mellow now. I'm all chill because my blood pressure spiked up.
You got lucky, Laser. You got real lucky.
Oh, I know it. I'm half expecting, like, the next time I play for you guys to be like, okay, now your penalty.
No, don't give us any ideas.
Now.
I did hold over a punishment for Peregron, so there is that.
I'm surprised all the time I talked about Donkey Kong, I didn't bring up a banana.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is. And considering Tiki chose Donkey Kong
Right.
as his lead character.
Oh, good game, everyone. Good game.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun, folks. So, thank you all for joining. Thank you all for joining us for this fine speed round debate, even though that almost went on longer than some of our actual debates.
Well, it's 3
I know,
players.
right?
In fact, there are 3 players. Probably had something to do with that.
I warned you. It's 3 players.
And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It was kind of cutthroat there for a moment. So, with that, I bid you all farewell. And with that, I'll say thank you for playing my game.
Mamma mia.